I was laid off, right? Officially, last Friday was my last day of work. But the key takeaway I'm taking from this time of change is there's so much beauty in the world, right? There's so much to life. And I know we need money to enjoy it. I know we need all these things. But if you can come to a point where you've saved up money, you've prepared for a time like this, it's time to take a chance. And I know I'm talking and I should be doing, but this is part of me doing, guys. It's part of me. It's sharing my experience, sharing my journey. So the thing about a lot of jobs is you can do great, you can do everything, but if there's no more work, there's no more work, right? They can love you, they can be respectful, and I have nothing against my job. I actually really like them a lot. Look at that cute bird. I loved my coworkers. I loved everything about my job, really, except, some of the really bad days where we were out from, like 7 in the morning to like 8 at night. Those days were tough, I'm not gonna lie, especially when it was 6 days a week, but still, got paid OT, there was a lot of positives. But I learned a lot from some of my older coworkers that there is more to life than just grinding away working. Yeah, it's okay to work, put the 40 in, but there's more to life. And if you're working a job that's like 80 to 90 hours a week, maybe 100, that is your life. That is your life. Yeah, you can try to do stuff when you go home, but truth is, the only thing I'm doing when I'm getting home at 8 is going to bed, eating, and repeating. There's not much more to it. And I understand you need that money to enjoy life. I know it's not free. Everyone who's just like, well, just live, just travel. They don't understand how the world works. You need money, right? But we live in a new generation where there's a lot of opportunity to make money elsewhere, right? We can do it online. We can do it through passive income. I'm looking into these vending machine business. We'll see how that goes. But I feel like it's a time to take a chance. And yeah, I'm going to get another job. It's not like, I'm just going to live this unemployment arc. No, maybe I'll take a week or two, but I'm going to get another job, right? I want to get into HVAC. I think that's the trade of my choice. But there's so much beauty out here, right? Like if I can get some of these vendings to work, if we can get some passive income, we can all do so well, right? And there's so much opportunity for all of us. So I understand society tells us all, well, you need to work hard, you need to grind, you need to do all this. But one thing I noticed from doing like residential work is basically every homeowner was home all day. They weren't out grinding. They weren't out busting their ass. And I know you're saying, well, they're retired. Some of these people were like 30, 25, just home all day, home, unemployed. And I think it's by choice, right? I think they have the means, the wealth. But it was interesting, even in poorer areas, we do residential work. Everyone's home always. No one's ever at work. And that was very interesting to me. I was like, why is no one ever at work? Why is everyone always home? And I think it's because they figured out the passive income. I think they're truly enjoying life and they figured out the passive income. And they didn't subscribe to the work super hard, grind your days away, and maybe it'll be worth it when you're 65. Because, yeah, maybe it will be worth it. You get a lot of respect, you grinded. But at the end of the day, who are you getting respect from? Right? The elites will never respect us. They'll never respect the hardworking guy. They'll say they respect it, but at the end of the day, the only thing they really respect is other people making money. And I'm not saying chase the respect of the elites, but what I am saying is they're not going to respect you, right? And if you get rich, middle class won't respect you. It just, no matter what you do in life, you won't be respected by everyone. It is what it is. You can't get everyone's respect, but you can try to earn your own. You can try to develop a relationship with God and get closer and truly enjoy his beauty. I mean, look at this world. Look at this, man. I'm grateful because I'm live in Maryland, and this is the Great Falls. So I have a lot of beauty around me, but every state has its own beauty. You can find beauty in every single state. And we're blessed with that, right? And around the world, you can find beauty. That's why it's so sad that there's all this hardship and everyone's just slaving away working. Like, we are in a trap. We're in a cage, right? We're not eternal. We're not ethereal. We're not like God, right? We have limitations. But nonetheless, look at all this beauty we can absorb. Look at all the things we can appreciate. We can be grateful for every single day. There's hope for every single one of us. You know what I mean? And there's more to life. And I think part of life is like going through the journey. I think part of it is having those seasons where you work really hard to understand what a lot of people are going through. But I don't travel, right? Everyone says to travel to experience. You need money for that, right? Which I have some. I have some saved up for moments like this. I worked really hard this summer. I barely did anything but work, which is normal. I'm not saying, oh, poor me, I actually really like to work. I really liked my coworkers, but I want more perspective. I want to understand the world. I mean, we are on this earth for a period of time and to give all our energy and all our power to a boss, it doesn't seem like the best use of our time on this earth. Yeah, we need to make that money, but if there's other methods, why not try them? Why not? And to everyone who's confused and conflicted about life, I really believe you have to just get outside. You have to just get outside and enjoy it, because we're so blessed and we're so grateful to even be able to be here. If you're watching this video, you are blessed and grateful. You have internet somewhere, somehow, to see this. I just want to say, everyone getting laid off, everyone who's in a period of life that's unpredictable, unprecedented, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. There'll always be a job for you out there. But the issue is there won't always be life for you to live. We will die. So every day is a blessing. Try to make the most of every day. If you have those seasons of hard work, lock in, man. Reflect on them, but don't make it your whole life if you don't need to. If you can take a chance, yeah, I know everyone's like, get married, get kids, but if you don't have the means to be married and have kids, stay single. Seriously, it's not worth it. There's too much beauty out here to, chase these relationships. Because if you chase, you end up in relationships that end up caging you. You get trapped in them. And then years go down and you're like, I don't even really relate to this person. That's happened to me in my past relationships. I know I'm young, but I dated this girl and I thought I loved her, everything about her. But the truth was, I was changing a lot about myself for her to like me. I was changing a lot about myself. I was trying to just do what she wanted, act how she wanted. And, certain views I had to change about the world. She was very nihilistic at the end of the day about the world. Everything's horrible, everything sucks. And yeah, I agree there's a lot of pain and suffering in this world. But she was a very rich, privileged girl. Multiple properties, had a beach house where the Bidens lived, in gated communities, multi-million-dollar mansions in, Chevy Chase, Maryland, where Brett Kavanaugh lives. So she was kind of being a pick-me girl with that. She was so blessed, but yet she didn't see her blessings. And I was always like, yeah, it is horrible, life. But I don't feel that way. I think life is beautiful, but I think the suffering is horrible. And the best thing all of us can do to prevent suffering, it's not just post Instagram stories about events around the world. It's not just to, virtue signal, but it's to put ourselves in a position where we can make money to truly make changes in the world. If we can't put ourselves in a position to make money and changes, we have nothing. And that's the most powerful thing a human can do. They tell you the most powerful thing to do is work, work away, post on Instagram, be a social media activist. But truthfully, it's to build yourself up, put yourself in a position of influence, have a connection with God, and make the change you truly want. Because in the world we live in, you need to earn to make change. You can't just preach about it on Instagram. Hate to say it to your 500 followers. Yeah, it's cool, but let's be real here. You need to make the change. You need to put yourself in a place to truly win in order to make those changes. I love every single person who watched this video, and I wish everyone truly the best. It's gonna be okay, and we have to enjoy the blessings we have right in front of us. Thank you, and have a great day.